All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Okay, ready?
20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Night, sweetheart.
Hey, Sam off.
Check.
Now, this is Hill.
Fresno.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good break
I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Down.
2nd and
60
6, just
Pittsburgh.
inside the 30.
You remember me? Let's go.
Second down, it's Hill. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Ready.
This defense looking for an early stop.
Here we go, let's
This
bring
is
it.
3rd down and
Put it up.
6.
Protein spill. Big river.
Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. He still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Stafford.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception. And here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point
Check it.
because I thought I was going to run out of fingers. So I was not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
51, Mike 51.
Golf.
Hey, let's get off.
Shoot.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call into question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked.
Ready.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
I got him.
Hey.
I got him on me.
Smoke. Now.
2nd and 15. Open here, Adam Thielen. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available
Hey, Alpha.
and put the ball on the receiver
Stone.
before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed
Ready to
all
break.
week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Okay, break.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down
Buzz,
and long.
Buzz.
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic.
Here we go, here we go.
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic.
They can't hang with us.
Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw here. It finds an opening past the 40. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And down to the 28-yard line.
Come on,
A
baby.
big
Let's
play
go.
there for Minnesota. 46 yards. Now that's two big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him,
On the double.
whoever
Mike
does
51,
that,
Mike
go
51.
stand on the other sideline.
the
Your
run.
persona
Kill,
non
kill,
grata.
kill,
There,
on
hit it.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Here we go,
Maybe
here we
just
go.
a slight detour
60
on
out
what's
long.
been a strong
61,
drive here.
match
Second
box,
and 11.
lights.
Check 31.
Let's go.
Now Hill. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football.
What we got?
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Lions nothing. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
The Lions
Lady.
offense ready to
Mike,
kick
Mike,
off
forward.
their next drive.
Oh, you got deep.
And the
Check
interception
three, check
thrown
three.
in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football. Everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And 7.
Ready. Ready.
54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
32.
Hey, watch Sam. Watch Sam.
Hey, orbit.
54. Mike, 54.
Stay with your man.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Hey, easy, easy. All right, here we go, here we go.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Let's go, baby. Let's
12
go.
yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Mike's
Here are the
40.
Vikings now to start their next drive. They had to go long on the last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
10-2 stop.
40, Mike.
Blue draw corkers.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
First down and it's Hill again. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
Big grip. Big grip.
Hill going to try the right side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That's it, baby.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
Ready,
And why
ready.
not? What we're seeing so
Gator.
far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part.
Get it.
Best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And taking it to the
played to win.
15-yard line
Let's
before he's
go.
brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31
Ready
yards
up.
combined on those last 2 plays.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. No.
They run again on first down, Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and
70.
11.
Indy.
Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Out.
80 weapon. Hey, Charlie. Snap.
2nd and 11.
It's our time.
And this
It's
one
our time.
incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively
Hey,
that they want to
C6.
insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the air.
Huh.
Try and take that away.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter.
Ready,
as
set.
that's a first down.
20, Mike, 20. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Ready, ready.
Now here's Hill, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. The Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Mike's ready.
The Detroit
250.
offense ready to begin their
Switch up,
drive.
switch up.
Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
On the
So
set.
now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Hard.
Hey, alert.
Hit it.
Now Hill. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Lions, nothing.
Come on,
So
set.
they get pushed
50,
back to
plant.
the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Check 50. Check 50.
Back, back.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Peak edge, peak edge, peak edge.
Set, go.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2
That's what
yards
I'm
to
talking
show
about.
for it.
Nice hit,
I think
boy.
you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted
go
to.
now.
But I
10
think we'll see
Lobo.
more of as this game goes along because they
Run,
want to
run,
continue
run.
to take care of that
Shit,
young
watch the
QB.
shit.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber, 5.
On play action, the throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 8 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
It's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 21-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Keep playing hard.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
He goes, set.
The Lions offense ready to
Mike,
kick
fight
off
forward.
their next drive.
All day,
and some
dog.
dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A
11,
3 and out
11.
here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all
I know
these
you
points
feel that.
back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He goes,
The
set.
last
Blue
run
60.
got 9. That leaves him
Check,
with
check. Watch
2nd and
54.
a
Watch
yard.
54. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, baby.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
Set.
And
Blue
how
80.
about the dime
Check,
look
Mike,
here? 6
54.
DBs on
Mike,
3rd and
54.
inches.
Daring
can't
them to
hang.
run the ball.
They'll try to run for the first to Henry. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a
Let's
pretty
go,
good
boy.
shot
Bring it
there.
up.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping
Set.
out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went
Watch
3
the
and
back
out.
and watch the back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil
That's
Hunter.
what I'm talking about.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back
Right
to
there.
not just his
180.
offseason,
Right there.
but the
54
film
Mike.
study he's been doing
got
during the
21.
week, because I think he's found matchups that he
Mike
likes,
54.
and he's capitalizing.
Mike
And a
54.
few times he's
Hey,
even
Echo.
defeated double teams.
go,
He
man,
doesn't
let's
care.
go. Liberty, hot.
Check 6 down.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, open man is Galladay, complete. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's 3rd down now.
That's what I'm talking about, boy.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
He goes, set. 180.
Check 59.
Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Hey, 70.
Mike, check. 59. Let's go, baby.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Let's get that ball.
Hey, check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They're on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
Baby, let's go. Get
And that will
let's
come
go,
the
let's
offense
go.
as they take over.
Ready? 90 Wolf.
Here are the
51
Vikings
to
now to start their
we gotta
next
get to the ball,
drive.
team. We
They
gotta
are
get to the
clicking
ball. Let's
on
get
all
moving.
cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the
Mike
zone,
51,
and all
Mike
athletes are
51.
seeking the same thing. But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he's going to get this all the way down
Good work,
inside the
boys. Let's go, let's go.
35. That'll go as a pickup of
Down.
32 on the
15
catch and run.
Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside. They'll go with Hill here on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Check.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Last stop.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly
40's
could,
Mike right
but
there.
think
40's
about it
Mike.
from an
Hey,
offensive
exit.
perspective right now. They've
Hey,
got
Will,
a
Mike
lead,
40, Mike
but they
40.
don't want to
It's a
throttle
party
down
now.
too much and
It's a
stall
party now.
themselves.
Deep rip,
Stay
deep
able
rip.
to move at a nice pace.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trey Flowers, the former
That's how we
Arkansas
do it.
Razorback, in there to get him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And tatter, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper
Set,
being
ready?
ripped.
60
And right now, they've got
Pittsburgh.
to find a way
Here
to
we go,
get
here we
it
go.
back
Tight
together.
end right. Tight end right.
Hey. We got 3. We got 3. 3 down.
Get it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their
Oh,
shot
boy, I
all
know you
right,
felt
but it
that
comes
one.
up empty.
I know you felt
and
that
it's
one.
fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? So absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down,
Come
you
on,
got to try and
fellas.
find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Ready.
The Detroit
lady!
offense ready to begin their
Get a
drive.
lady!
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time.
All
I think
day,
you did.
baby, all
But let's
day.
face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Mike.
Ready.
So from the
Lady!
36 now,
Mike's
first and
5-4.
10.
Right here, right here.
Hey.
Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home.
Out of the gun.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm
And
here
that'll
all
be
day.
incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. That'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass
He goes
rush,
back.
they've been able to
Blue
get
16.
home, and they're taking the ball
32.
away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The
Right
front
there.
and back
54, right
working
there,
in
right
sync.
there. 54
Only
Mike.
way to play
Hey,
good defense.
Haywood.
On second and 10,
54.
Stafford.
I'm all over you.
And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So now third and 10. They had the big
Mike's
play to
5-4.
start the drive.
Here we go.
But 2
Here we go.
incompletions since.
Here we go.
Throwing again is Stafford. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando State. Jonathan Coachman on stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And no, it doesn't get there.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hits the
Let's go.
crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on
Ready,
line,
ready.
but it comes
Hey, no,
up
switch
about
the
a
mic right here. We'll go
rotation
Mike 40,
short.
Mike 40.
Good starting field position for the
Hey,
Vikings
hey,
as they have it
and
first
shoot.
and 10 at their own 43. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Let's go.
So
30
second
base.
down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Kill.
Hut. Now.
Second and 10. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Here we go.
That
Here we
last
go.
catch winds up
18
costing
gator.
him 3,
Just
so
like
now
that.
they'll
Just
need to
like
convert
that.
on 3rd and
Go.
13.
Hut.
Comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker 2, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The penalty helps a bit,
60
but
outlaw.
still 8 yards to
Ain't
go
no
on
such
3rd
thing as
down
a
for this
law.
Hey,
offense.
high 7.
Joker.
Ready.
They'll set up to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this
Let's go,
inside
baby.
the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Ready.
So the big play gets them
We're
all the
going
way down to
25
the
to Mike.
outskirts of the
I'll
red
be
zone
rock,
here for
rock it,
first
rock
and
it.
10.
Check 99. Check
Hit
99.
it.
Check 43.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a
That's
second
it,
and
baby.
3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still,
Yeah, baby.
gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Got it.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but
We're going
still,
25
you'll take
to
runs
Mike.
like
You
that
got
each
nothing
and
to
every
do.
Hey,
time,
Delta.
won't you?
You got nothing.
Let go.
Second and 3. Flush to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Flowers able to get in there for his second
that's how we
sack of
do
the
it, dude.
afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And Gonzalez puts this one through. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to
Check,
kick
check.
off
Watch
their
54,
next
watch
drive.
54.
And that first
I know
half,
he
one to
ain't
forget
got
on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Because right now you're down big,
22.
you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing again on second down. Stafford. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
That happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah,
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Ready,
The opening
ready.
play of the drive
10-2
goes
stop.
backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12.
Check. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, wahoo.
Here we go on second and 10. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that
18
is
Gator.
less than ideal.
It is
6'6",
because
bullet
just
high.
about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
All day.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating,
Ready, break.
the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed
got
up
you.
here with a first and 20 now.
Big
after the
rip,
holding
big
penalty.
rip.
They'll set up a throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here.
Let's go, fellas.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Here we go, set. 70, Indy. Hey, zoom. Topper, topper.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Get it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
For number 10.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in his zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Okay, break.
So they'll come up after the
51's the
incompletion
mic.
for second
Hey,
down.
defense.
Bravo.
Pick it up, G.
Shoot.
They'll drop to throw.
Hey, watch your lane.
He's got his man on the crossing route.
The second down.
A big
Yeah,
gain
baby.
there after going
Yeah,
backwards,
baby.
and that'll lead to a third down.
A big game.
And that last
Come
reception
on,
puts
set.
him over
60
150
yards.
yards now
Look
in
at
the
me.
game, Charles.
Zipper.
And now it's not just execution.
fellas,
It's not just performance.
Bring it.
It's a mental aspect
Go,
that's going
go.
on. Because right now, he's got the
51's the mic,
defense so
51's
much
the
on
mic.
their heels. Got them
Bandit.
looking at each other.
Bandit.
Who's going to
Right here,
cover
right here,
this
guys.
guy?
Fight
And what
51,
kind
Mike
of coverage can we
51.
put out there to try and
Let's get
slow
it
him
together.
down?
Move.
Let's get it together.
Now.
Now back to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he takes it down to the
Good work,
10-yard
boys. Let's go.
line.
Let's go.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two
Go now.
plays.
50, plant.
Rip left, rip left.
Under 10, under 10.
On first down, it's Hill. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
You got him.
He'll get a
You
nice
got
chunk
him.
there on the first
You
down
got
run,
him.
and it's second and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a
Ready?
running game can
10
really
logo.
benefit your team right now.
He's coming. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Ready, ready.
Again, it's Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's easy work.
The
It's
tally
coming
there,
again.
minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Down.
Play number 7 now
91.
coming up on the
Come get
drive.
some.
Third and 5.
Come get some. Come out here. Come.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hit it.
25. Check 25. Check
And
25.
Diggs has it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown,
Yeah, way to go.
Minnesota.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm
Stephon
talking about.
Diggs. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead will grow by one more.
Mixing score, Vikings 31, Lions nothing. Zane Gonzalez set to
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it
Let's
on
go,
us,
D.
too?
Yeah, but right now, like we said, it hasn't been working. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball
bye.
team that's playing excellent
game on
defense.
that defense,
Great
no
communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And that gives him now
Ready?
3
15
interceptions
line.
in the
15
game.
line.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. What was the
Go.
someone get 3 in a second contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then against with the
Get ready,
Eagles,
get
and I
ready,
believe it's against
get ready.
Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
go.
It'll
60
go as a
Pittsburgh.
9-yard
It's
loss
gonna
on
be
the
a
play.
long day. It's gonna be a long day.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
Fire.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
40's Mike.
30 base.
40's the mic. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
Number 10.
And just a small
Set.
glimpse
Empty
there as to
gator.
why they like this
General
rookie
West.
so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaches.
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Now, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
Interception.
55,
Wow.
Mike.
You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. Correct. Just incomplete that. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You better talk to your boy.
So one quick,
you better
easy
talk to your boy.
analysis
Have him
about why
protect
they
you.
struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
I got
Not
you,
a lot of positive grades
Hey,
will be
what's that?
handed
What's
out
that?
thus
Hey,
far.
Alpha.
54. Mike, 54. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
Hey, easy.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shots, baby. That's a big
He's able
shot.
to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. And it looks like we've got a dime set here
54.
defensively.
Hey,
6
middle.
DBs in the game.
Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4".
Buzz.
Not here. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, I'm coming.
You better get
I'm
ready,
coming.
quarterback.
Now
Check Mike
Stafford.
54. Mike 54.
And he's taken
we go,
down.
D.
Back at his own 7. Danielle Hunter able to
Sack,
record
baby.
his 5th
Sack,
sack of
baby.
the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's creating
Check.
an avalanche.
180.
An avalanche is coming right on top of
50.
them.
I'm coming.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to
On the
knock
double.
it down.
And you know
Hey,
they go
Mike
over
40,
those
Mike
situations,
40.
all right?
Let's make these babies cry all the way
Where's
back.
the ball?
Let's make these babies cry.
Instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting
I'm gonna
it,
hit you
but the
all
smart play would have
day,
been what
baby.
you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Come on,
Officially
Zach.
nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Ready.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
We got
They're
this.
trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up
Ready.
and stop
Hey,
them.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. Right there. 40's Mike.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't.
You're out.
Watch the twist.
Get it.
Stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill.
Check.
And he'll go down
Check
right
out,
on the
bro.
edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Oh yeah.
Davis on the tackle.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 8 yards the gain on
60
that
outlaw.
last run. Here's
Let's get this
2nd
ball
and a
back for
couple.
offense. Let's go. Jam him. Jam him. Jam. 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 Alert 3. Alert 3.
Look, squeeze.
Check 4. Check 4.
Look at me. Door. Dude.
And once again, Hill, he's been busy.
Shit.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As his
Keep it
guys
rolling, baby. Keep it
continue
rolling.
to pour it on. Gonzalez to add the PAT.
Extra point.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
nothing. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off the next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing at Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yes, the pressures, they're coming. That could have hit big. All right, good recognition defensively. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 21 yards there on third down.
At the 34-yard line.
Stafford now, a woeful 5 of 17 thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10 here. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Check.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very low. Here's Stafford. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Baby.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try to take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
Exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first down. Big return. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Exit.
40 got.
Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down.
Ready.
And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Now carry number 20 here for Hill. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Protein spill.
I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
Check 26. Check 26.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and
That's where you
6.
belong.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
Here we
The
go.
Vikings
Set.
on third
18
down.
Gators.
Can't fault these numbers.
Let's
7
go,
for 9
D.
thus
Big
far.
series right
This will
here.
be
We gotta
third
step
and
it up.
6.
Watch the edge.
Gone. Gone.
Tighten up.
Ready, ready.
On third down, it's Hill. It's so close. He gets it to the 1.
Let's
Out
go,
of bounds
baby.
right
Let's go.
there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the
They
ready.
come out here in the
Mike
eye.
51. Strip the ball.
Greystone travel.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 Twist.
I go. Hit it.
Go to the keeper, and he'll get in. Touchdown,
Great job.
Minnesota.
Touchdown for Days.
It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The Lions take over.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now
Right there,
have it
54
1st and 10
Crunch
at their
time,
own
defense.
25-yard line. Operating from the gun. Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter,
260.
he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the
Alert.
year. To try again after the sack. Stafford complete. It's Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Ready.
The Lions on
Lady.
third down.
Mike
They've
54.
struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 19. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them,
Ready.
but it's also a
Lady.
reaction game.
Mike's
And they
5-4.
reacted poorly on
Let him
that
know.
one.
Let him know.
And the penalty
Let him know.
helps. It's still 3rd and long. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been
180.
thoroughly beaten
Check.
right
Watch
from the
the
word go.
Alert.
All day, punk.
Hey, watch Sam, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, we have you.
Here we go on 4.
Check 13.
Stafford
Check 13.
looking downfield for Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 44. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Guys take over.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has
Come on,
thrown.
set.
Absolutely
70,
unbelievable, isn't
Indy.
it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it.
Set, go.
Just talk about the game of football. The give it and it take it away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think
That's
Joe
it, baby.
Namath, he did it
We gonna
3
work.
times.
Ready up.
So the Vikings
51
in
to Mike.
possession of the
All you
football
get is
as
a
we get you
headache. All you get
reset.
is a headache.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Slam. Slam.
5.
On the carry, it's Hill. And he'll They'll get this down only to about the 46.
They don't want it,
Just a
fellas.
yard on the
They
pickup there, and
don't
it'll bring up a
want it.
2nd and
Keep
9.
playing hard,
They tried a
fellas.
quick hitter
All
inside, but that one was
day.
swallowed up because what they're hoping
Let's
is
get
big
it.
defensive linemen
Go
will
now.
take the bait and
60
move
yards.
laterally and open
that
up a
QB's
crease that they
trash.
can
Let's
run
go.
through. Didn't happen on that play.
Head out.
On 2nd down, Hill. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay
Ready?
on task,
50,
to
plant.
follow up your assignment,
Here we
go
go,
to
here
the
we go.
gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Go.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that?
We played to win.
They'll say the
Let's
3-yard
go.
line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Set.
The Detroit
180.
offense
Right
ready
there
to
in the
begin
middle,
their
55.
drive. They
Yeah,
are
we're pretty
down
quiet,
big. They
D,
have
we're
not
pretty
scored a
quiet.
single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity
there's
to do
pride
something.
on the line.
Exactly. You got pride
Yellow
on the
lady!
line, execution
Yellow
as you
lady!
look forward and get ready for your next game.
What happened?
Message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
He'll get this one to Galladay.
Here we go.
And he
Here we
takes
go.
us beyond the
Here we go.
35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Detroit Lions, first down. First down.
Back-to-back big plays have them on the move on first down.
Get that quarterback and all.
To throw is Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Back at the 27.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be
March by
equally
4.
intense here on
Set the
second
tone,
down
defense.
following the
Set the
sack.
tone,
It's second and
defense. Let's go.
18.
Hey, 5-0.
54, Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Let's set a
The
tone,
pressure
fellas. Let's
gets
set a
to him
tone.
again. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on
You
the
see
season.
me?
So
You
the
see
final
me?
seconds
They
have
can't
ticked
stop
away
me
in
out
this
here.
Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Vikings, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's